Welcome to another weekend edition of KMNH. You want to stay tuned as Emmy and I give you all the news about this year's Northside Porch Tour. Emmy and Toby battle it out as we learn the art of fencing at Queen City Fencing. Plus, Rocky has a very special story about a 5-year-old who walked 2,193 miles. And Demylo reports on the NFL football as he prepares his big trip to Paul Brown Stadium to report on the Bengals as they face the Jaguars September 30th. It's time to stop, watch, and share kids making the news happen.
Welcome to KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
Cincinnati has the potential to be one of the top cities in the sport of fencing, according to Alex Burt, the owner and head coach of Queen City Fencers Club.
And I think Cincinnati is like a great mid-sized city with a lot of potential, where there's a lot of athletic kids who, independent of what their opportunities are, they could be fencers and they could make something for themselves in fencing.
He's on a mission to help kids reach their potential in the sport and create champion-level fencers along the way.
Like the biggest thing they learn is body mobility, being able to control your own body. You guys already saw in the lunge, you have to be able to control your front arm, your front leg, your back leg, all independent of each other and at the same time. So the kids are learning all sorts of mental, life skills, and then the physical coordination, physical strength, speed, explosiveness.
Once we suited up, Alex taught us the basics of fencing in just a few minutes, and we caught on pretty fast. Those are the kinds of results that inspire Mr. Alex to teach fencing.
What's that progression, right? That being able to overcome somebody else. You know, learning a skill and getting better at it, and then beating someone with that skill. Because fencing is it's a battle of, I'm going to be stronger than you, I'm going to be faster than you, I'm going to outsmart you.
I learned that to win at fencing, you've got to be able to move and think at the same time.
The fencing strategy is very deep, right? If I want to hit you here and you're going to block there, well, I need to hit somewhere else now. Or I need to try to draw out your defense or get you to do something that I want you to do because I've predicted what's going to be, and then hit you somewhere else. Or on defense, I want to be able to make you an attack when I want you to attack so that I can counter it when I'm ready for it. And that kind of mental game, but while you're moving, while you're playing a sport, while you're being active, it's very exciting.
Alex definitely has a passion for fencing that started at a young age.
Well, I played a lot of sports growing up, pretty much everything. I played basketball, I played soccer, I played baseball, and one of the things that really gripped me about fencing was the clear progression you could see in your own skill level.
He wants to make sure that everyone has a chance to learn and grow with fencing.
We teach Olympic sport fencing to all ages. Youngest student is 5. I've worked with people as old as 75. So I really want to expand fencing in Cincinnati, get more coaches, get more fencers, get more people fencing, and see where they can go with it. So I started up a second business, the Cincinnati Fencing Foundation, which is supposed to give scholarships to any fencers who aren't able-bodied or any fencers from lower economic families.
Northside is filled with artists, entertainers, and all kinds of creative people, and now we have a professional fencer living right here too.
My friend Henry was really the one who convinced me to move there with him, and we've been there together 3 years now, and I've really just been enjoying it. So it's a great neighborhood to live in.
Make sure to check out Queen City Fencing and even sign up for a class.
The Bengals barely slid by with the win this week over the Vikings. It was a good game, all things considered, and the Bengals really did win a hard-fought battle. The Bengals looked to have the upper hand all the way into the end, but the Vikings were not going down that easy. It seemed for every touchdown the Bengals scored, the Vikings had an answer for it. At the end of the fourth quarter, the game was tied, forcing the Bengals to go into overtime, starting with the ball, but they slowly but surely marched down the field, but they were not able to score a touchdown. So they had to settle for a field goal to win the game. I will be at home watching the Bengals versus the Chicago Bears this Sunday, and the following Sunday watch the Bengals take on their division rivals, the Steelers. On September 30th, I will be at Paul Brown Stadium to watch and report for KMNH Sports from my press seat as the Bengals take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. That should be a good game to remember. Thanks for everyone for making my dreams come true of experiencing Bengals football and bringing it home for you. This is Demylo with your KMNH Sports Report.
Get ready to walk, learn, and have fun on October 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Northside's Porch Tour. So if you've never been to a porch tour before, it's an event that brings neighbors together and celebrates the porches and architecture of Northside homes. The Porch Tour was created and organized by Tim Jeckering and the Northside Community Council over 20 years ago. And this year, Mr. Jeckering is retiring and Happen is now producing the Northside Porch Tour.
28 years ago, I started the Porch Tour as a alternate community council event to the annual house tour. Originally, the house tour was done every year, and they decided it was too much to pull it off every year, so I came up with a porch tour to happen on alternating years to the house tour. And it was an event that was designed to be all-inclusive. The house tour, people pay and buy tickets to go into people's houses. The porch tour, in contrast, was a free event for everybody. Nobody went into everybody's house, and it was a celebration of the streetscape that is unique to the Northside community, with so many historic front porches that are of various historical styles.
This year is a little different than past porch tours. Because of COVID, this will be a walking tour only, and instead of having everyone celebrate at Fergus Park, the fun will be spread out through different locations through your route. That includes a lot of free stuff for kids and adults. The walk is less than a mile, includes over 115 homes built in the late 1800s. So start your walk at Fergus Park and pick up your touring bag and free porch tour tickets that will give you access to all the free and fun happenings at Happens activity stations. Keep your eye out for the information stations along the route that take you back in time to learn about how and why Northside homes and porches make our neighborhoods so unique.
Porch tour, I think, overall for the community, the best thing it does is it unites and introduces neighbors to one another. In the old days when porches were built, these were the front porches and extension of the living room. Before air conditioning happened, people used to sit on their front porches and everybody knew their neighbors. Now we have air conditioning, we have TV, we have social media. People don't sit on their front porches nearly like they used to, and we've lost that connectivity in our neighborhood. And I think the Porch Tour has done a fabulous job of reconnecting neighbors to one another over the years.
And the really cool part is you won't need a map to find your way. Over 1,200 luminaries will light up the sidewalk and lead you on a path to learn and have fun.
If you own a home on this year's porch tour, then it's your chance to leave your porch light on and have fun showing off your porch and street. You can even decorate your porch in any style or theme you want. And who knows, you may even win the Best in Show award chosen by a committee of Happen kids. Happen thanks all the community members who have pledged to sponsor and volunteer during the event. And if you want to volunteer or support this year's tour, just make it happen and send us a message at info@happeninc.org or call Happen at 513-751-2345.
Everyone has heard of the Appalachian Trail, but not many people can claim that they have walked the entire trail in their lifetime. Yet a 5-year-old named Harvey Sun has done just that. That's right, Harvey, who is also known by his trail name Little Man, has completed the 2,193-mile trek from Georgia to Maine, according to News for Kids. Only 1 out of 4 hikers who start the trail actually finish, so having a 5-year-old complete the journey is incredible. Harvey's mother and father are avid hikers, and together their family of 3 spent 7 months completing the Up and Down Hill Challenge. Harvey gained lots of fans and friends in the hiking community along the way and has inspired young and old to get outside and walk.
Thanks for watching KMNH. Please stop and share this broadcast right now, and make sure to tune to Happen's social media next for more kids making the news happen.